Hey everyone, Coach Kayla here, and I'm here to talk to you today about self-talk, the things that we say to ourselves and how important they are and what they can do from a positivity and a mindset shift standpoint. So I'm a huge believer that making a mindset shift really comes down to the things that we say to ourselves. And why is that? Because we say around 50,000 things to ourselves in a day. And this can range from, logical things such as, I'm hungry, I need to go eat, or planning that, I have these 3 appointments at these 3 times and I have to make sure that I get to them. Reminders to ourselves, as well as just knowledgeable things, intellectual things, and then also the things that we say to ourselves about our self-talk. This is our inner dialogue that we say. And a lot of times these are different types. You say positive things to ourselves, productive things, and negative things. These are kind of the 3 facets of things that we say to ourselves within this inner dialogue. So you have your negative mindset and your positive mindset. And your positive mindset is your positivity and your productivity. Your negative mindset is exactly that. It's your negative mindset. It's negative things that you say about yourself and the actions that you're taking. And what happens when we put ourselves into this negative mindset is we activate our survival mode, and this is our fight or flight response. So what this does for us is what this creates this kind of idea that we're keeping ourselves safe. We get stuck in this mode, and it's very limiting. Negative mindset is very limiting because when you activate your fight or flight response, our subconscious brain immediately goes, no, we don't want to do that because that's dangerous. So I am going to keep you safe by not letting you do that, not giving you the tools, not telling you that you can do it. And so it becomes very limiting, and it doesn't allow us to grow, which is the next version of self-talk, positive mindset. And this creates an open mindset, and it allows us to broaden our horizons. When we have a positive self-talk dialogue, we are allowed to think a little more creatively. We have a broaden and build mentality that allows us to maybe push ourselves outside of a comfort zone. We grow. We are more open to relationships, more open to new things. Maybe we're more open to taking a new job. We're open to meeting new people, to trying something new. We get outside of this little safety net and are willing to step outside and experience new experiences. And this is why positive self-talk is so important, because it allows us to move into a growth mindset. It builds us up in a way that continues to build and allows you to find and be easily accessible to new things. So here's the thing. With anything that we say to ourselves, with self-talk in general, we have a couple things. You can have you can have a negative mindset where you're constantly saying negative things to yourself. And what that's going to do is that's going to continue to spiral down, so that you're going to have a continual negative mindset. And it's going to be easier and easier to always see the negative in any situation, in the actions that you're taking, in the things that you want to be doing, or the results that you're getting. Works the exact same way for positive self-talk. When we constantly put on positive relationship towards ourselves in the things that we say, we will see an upward tick in being able to more easily see positive things within our situation, more easily be able to say positive things to ourselves, and more easily able to say positive things about other people as well. Basically, you are building yourself up. You get more positive as you say more positive things. You get more negative as you say more negative things. It's the same concept. And so what we want to do is we want to focus on this positive statement. And this takes acknowledgement. This takes realization, and it takes conscious effort to continually say positive things to ourselves. That is the really key piece with this. It's very rare. There are positive people in the world that are just inherently positive, but negative things come into our life on a regular basis. And so it takes a conscious effort and a conscious amount of time to be focused and constantly saying, no, I'm not going to allow that negative thought come into my brain. I'm going to focus on the positive thing. And so there are couple of ways you can practice this, and a lot of it becomes making it a mental and a daily habit. So we want to turn our thought process around, take those 50,000 things and remove a lot of the negativity and add in more positivity. Now that research has shown, and I don't know the exact research done on it off the top of my head, but it's around a 3-to-1 ratio of positive things to negative things. Now, negative things can still be really beneficial because it can remind us that we need to grow. It can be productive to sometimes have a negative thought, but we want to make it so that we have more positive thoughts. So a 3-to-1 ratio of positive to negative. And how do we do this? It really comes down to you telling yourself these positive things. And a lot of times we want to actually do this in a coaching standpoint. So you are just going to reframe your thought process. So one, that takes acknowledgement. It takes acknowledgement of the negative thought that you're having. Then it takes reframing that negative thought. And then 3, it takes practice. So again, your 3 things: acknowledgement, reframing, practice. Those are the 3 ways that you can change your self-talk from constantly negative to more positive. So if you're going to use an example, we would say, here's your example. If you're someone who's a runner and you're always saying, I am a slow runner, you would have to acknowledge the fact that you feel this way. So you can acknowledge the fact that, wow, I feel like I'm a slow runner. Why? So this is why I think. So you're basically going to contradict and say, prove to yourself that you're not actually a slow runner. So you would say, okay, I'm a slow runner. And then you ask yourself, what is it that makes me not a slow runner? Well, I still get out and run, so I am a runner. And then you want to reframe that. So you would reframe that in a way that you're acknowledging it, and then you say why you refute it. I am not always a slow runner. I had a personal record 2 weeks ago in a training day. I have gotten faster than when I started. You then took that negative statement and proved to yourself that it was wrong, all in one. And then you practice that by repeating this statement over and over again and reminding yourself that you're not a slow runner because you're continually growing. And that then makes it so that it's a positive thing. Another thing that you want to think about when it comes to positive self-talk is to do it in a coaching way. So think about maybe saying, in that example, I used the word I. So in another way to do this, we'd want us to have the word you as our first word. Why is this? Because that means that you're coaching yourself. And so it sounds like someone else is telling you this thing and becomes even more applicable. It becomes stronger. It's you are telling yourself this is actionable because someone else is actually telling it to you. So if you were to use that example again and change this again one more time, we would say, okay, if you're saying you are a slow runner, you reframe that and say, you are not a slow runner. You had a personal record 2 weeks ago in a training day. You have gotten faster than when you first started running. So that is you telling yourself this thing in a coachable standpoint. It becomes a lot more powerful. So how do we practice this? This is what comes in. This is called the self-talk challenge. And this is really awesome. It's difficult. It takes a lot of time and it takes a lot of practice, but it is so powerful because it's forcing you to continually tell yourself positive things on a regular basis. So the self-talk challenge, what this is forcing you, the goal of it is to get into a habit to do positive self-talk. So what you do is you pick 3 to 5 statements. I like to do 3 because it seems to be a little bit easier for people to do. 3 positive statements about yourself, and they can be related to anything. And you are going to tell yourself these positive things in a 10 repetition time, 5 times a day for 7 days. Okay? So say your example is, maybe you struggle with feeling like you're not an acceptable, a good enough mom, or maybe you're also feeling like you're not fast enough, or something along those things. So you could say, you are a good mother, you are a smart business owner, you are a fast runner. Those are your 3 positive things you want to say to yourself. So you would pick 5 times in a day and you would take each of those 3 statements and you would repeat them 10 times, 5 times. So say in the morning you're going to do it while you're brushing your teeth. You would say, you are a good mother, 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 10 times to yourself. And you do the same for the other things. You can say them out loud, you can say them in your head, but you want to do it 10 times. And you want to do it 5 times a day, 7 times in a week. It's a lot and it takes a lot of time, but this is forcing you to make it a habit. It's forcing you to think about it, and it's forcing you to put yourself outside your comfort zone and in a positive way. Now, this isn't something you have to do all the time, but what's do is, again, making it become a habit. So another way to kind of make this easier is to do a couple of things. You can put some sticky notes up on like your mirror, in your kitchen, of these positive things, so that when you see them, it reminds that you have to say them. I've had people who have put reminders on their phone to say, oh yes, I am going to, at 12, I'm gonna remind myself to say my positive thoughts. And this then makes it a daily habit. Tying your positivity and tying your self-talk and tying your mental mindset challenges to things that you do on a regular basis makes it more of a habit. For example, a good time to do this is when you're brushing your teeth. Let's face it, it's very rare we forget to brush our teeth, right? So whenever we're brushing our teeth, it triggers, oh yeah, I need to say positive things about myself. Maybe when you're making dinner, most of the time we're making dinner, even if it is just sticking something in a microwave, it's still making something. That's another habit that we do on a regular basis that we can tie, and it will trigger that we need to say these positive thoughts. Self-talk challenge. Tough, takes time, but I promise it's worth it, because it will spiral you into a positive outlook and make it easier for you to find the positive things in life, to find the positive things in yourself, and become more productive with your own thoughts and your talk on a regular basis. And with that becomes a lighter load off your shoulders, a happier person, and a person who's more open to being present and experience new things. Give it a try. Let me know how it goes. If you have questions, you can reach me at whereyourfeettakeyu@gmail.com. Or if you want more on self-talk, more challenges, more homework, more ways, more tools to improve your mindset and to become the best next level version of yourself from a mindset standpoint, join my Warrior Mindset program. It's a 12-week program, and I promise it's worth it. We do a lot of fun stuff like this to get you outside your comfort zone and focus on being stronger and more positive in the long run. Thanks, guys.